It's a picturesque regional centre on the banks of the Murray River, less than an hour east of Adelaide. The surrounding region stretches from the historic Wellington in the south to Monarto in the north. The iconic Murray Bridge, completed in 1879, transformed a once quiet place into a hive of activity. But this community has faced its challenges, enduring decades of social and economic hardships. Fortunately though, it took a visionary council and the resilience of its people to turn it all around. Today I talk with historian Ken Wells to find out how this town first boomed in the 1800s. We explore the various setbacks the region faced with the floods and the Swanport bypass, and the socio-economic changes that followed. Former Mayor Brenton Lewis talks about some of the challenges and hard truths he faced in his mayorship.
It did affect Murray Bridge initially. It took a while for Murray Bridge to adjust to that.
And I learned through community members, including Nunanjeri artist Kevin Cropignery, how the community and council have transformed the region for the better.
Wow, it's changing so much more progressive.
So come join me as I discover how to reinvent a city. Kevin Cropignery is a local comedian and artist. He grew up in Murray Bridge and has a great relationship with the council-owned gallery and its director, Fulvia.
Get back to work, Fulvia. Yeah, sweeping. Where have you been? I've been waiting. This stuff should have been done earlier. I wanted to do something that was going to be a reflection of our history, around our artefacts, representing our ancestors. You'll see the 18 circles here on this mural that represent the 18 clans of the Ngarrindjeri, and using the blue ribbon that connects everything is representative of all the waterways, the Coorong, the river, the lakes, and the Southern Ocean that connect all of our people. The river to the Ngarrindjeri people, which we say the Marandi is so culturally significant. It was our lifeline.
The rich fertile land and natural trade route meant the European settlers found the banks of the Murray River an ideal location for cultivating crops and farming livestock.
That slide is of the first settler that came to this area, and they came out as farmers from England in 1856 and settled there.
Local historian Ken Wells says the road, bridge and railway breathed new life into the area.
When the government decided to put this bridge here, that brought people closer to this area because there was work.
The bridge established a vital link in South Australia's fledgling trade routes. The rail bridge, built in 1879, spawned further economic activity. For decades, Murray Bridge was a thriving and prosperous town. Then the 1956 floods hit, which slowed the progress of the region.
The big one came in 1956, and that was caused when the rain came down on the eastern states, and the water from that into the river system filled all the backwaters.
Finding new industries such as citrus and dairy, Murray Bridge thrived until 1975, when the Swanport Bridge was built, allowing traffic to bypass Murray Bridge when travelling between major cities.
It was a bit of a dull thud there to the economic sector. And Murray Bridge was a through town. You drove through the main street from Melbourne to Adelaide or vice versa. It had some motels, a lot of service stations, a lot of petrol stations. The bypass of the freeway affected those businesses rapidly, but it affected the whole town. It took a while for Murray Bridge to adjust to that.
Brenton Lewis was a young man when the Dunstan administration announced Monarto City a thriving desert metropolis, which was going to help reinvigorate a dying Murray region.
There was going to be a city just over the hill on the way to Adelaide. So there was a lot of economic activity that spun off of the promise of Monarto.
The new city will provide homes for over 150,000 people.
Then, of course, Monado didn't go ahead.
And I'd like to see progress. Wouldn't you like it that way?
And during that time, the federal and state government established a prison and built more social housing, which had a grave effect on the city and its people.
So we had a lot of things that happened to us, not done with us or for us, but to us. And for a period of time, they affected the persona of Murray Bridge, what we started to look like from what we were before. When I stood for mayor, I recognised that we had issues. We had our share of those things that you prefer not to have. But what we've done as a community has been brave enough to speak about it, to own up to it, and not try and cover up. Understanding your community, being brave enough to ask the questions, brave enough to walk the walk and get down and really find out what's going on is the secret. Nothing other than the community can turn around those ills.
Brenton, my predecessor, did a fantastic job when he was mayor. He was clear and distinct in what he saw as a vision for our community, which was being proud, safe and progressive. And now on to my responsibilities to ensure we improve the amenity and something people can enjoy and be proud of.
So how much has the council committed to the revitalisation of the riverfront?
Over the whole development, which has been from the beginning to the end, will be around that 30 million plus. We take great pride in that river. You know, it's part of us. Everyone owns it. To be out in the morning, it's so crisp and so fresh. It's like new. It's like brand new every day. The region is changing quite dramatically and it's starting to accelerate in that change. We've become more of a destination. We're no longer just a place you drive through.
Over the last 5 years, Murray Bridge has beautified Sturt Reserve with new infrastructure and garden amenities and public art. A new rowing centre and the 4-star Bridgeport Hotel have been constructed and countless other initiatives have been achieved throughout the area. Wendy is taking me on a drive through the town where house prices are growing at their fastest annual pace since 1989.
It is a lifestyle attraction. People can get waterfront access, particularly in the new estate across the river. There's some great new developments in the town, and house and land packages are still much more affordable than in the city.
And that's enticing a lot of people to the area?
Oh, most definitely. The region has boomed in the 30 plus years I lived in the town. The former mayor's themes of Murray Bridge Proud, Murray Bridge Safe and Murray Bridge Progressive, I think, are being realised.
I lived away for 16 years and coming home to my hometown was just like, wow, it's changing so much more progressive. As Ngurrindjeri, we're getting a lot more of our art out in the public space now, which is really good to see. I think we take positive steps forward. We come to the table a lot more.
I'm very proud of our community. It's a lot to be proud of, and I think it always amazes me and humbles me how much energy and enthusiasm they have for our community as well.
The population is projected to double in size, thanks to the state government's Greater Adelaide Regional Plan, or GARP.
The GARP, isn't it a funny sounding name for a plan? Look, the GARP for us creates us as a satellite community.
This council's aspirations are for growth and economic development, which aligns to the growth aspirations of the state government, and so we have this magic alignment.
Heather Barclay was appointed CEO in July 2023 and is passionate about growing the region.
I would like to leave a legacy where I could put my hand on my heart and say, hey, I was a part of preparing Murray Bridge for the growth that's going to come.
So the tagline, "Make it yours," what does that really mean?
So Make It Yours is about being able to live well here. There's housing, there's jobs, there's lifestyle, there's education. It's kind of got everything.
Join us in the next episode to meet some of the new faces in Murray Bridge and find out why migrating to this vibrant city has changed their lives for the better.